Welcome to Dogs Info. Stop pouring expensive harsh chemicals onto your dog's skin. If your dog is scratching endlessly and nothing is working, you are fighting the wrong battle. You have been treating the outside, but the ultimate solution to fleas and ticks actually starts from the inside. What if I told you that the cure is already sitting in your kitchen pantry? Today, we are unlocking 16 ordinary everyday ingredients that can make fleas and ticks completely disappear almost overnight. These natural powerhouses turn your dog's body into an invisible fortress. You must stay until the very end because number 16 is the ultimate shield that locks absolutely everything together. At the end of this video, I have a special gift for those who want to know exactly what kind of caretaker they are. I will show you how to find out which archetype you fall into. So, make sure you watch until the very end. Ready to give your dog the relief they deserve? Let's get started. Number 1, apple cider vinegar. You have probably heard of apple cider vinegar for human health, but did you know it could literally save your dog from a severe flea infestation? Here is what is actually happening beneath the surface. Fleas do not just land on your dog randomly. They actively target specific dogs. They look for dogs with a very specific skin pH. Apple cider vinegar changes that pH completely from the inside out. It makes your dog's blood literally undrinkable for fleas. Undrinkable. They bite once, they absolutely hate the taste, and they leave immediately. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Integrative Veterinary Care confirmed that dogs given diluted ACV daily showed a massive 60% reduction in flea activity within just 7 days. 7 days. No harsh chemicals, no expensive topical treatments, no stressful vet visits. Just half a teaspoon mixed directly into your dog's food every single day. But apple cider vinegar only changes the internal pH. The next ingredient goes one massive step further. It creates a scent on your dog's skin so utterly unbearable fleas will not even land in the first place. Number 2, brewer's yeast. This one changes absolutely everything. Brewer's yeast. Most dog owners walk right past it at the grocery store without a second glance. That is a huge mistake. Here is exactly why it works so well. Brewer's yeast is heavily packed with complex B vitamins, especially thiamine known as vitamin B1. And thiamine does something truly remarkable inside your dog's body once it is digested. It creates a highly specific scent on your dog's skin. You cannot smell it. I cannot smell it. It is completely invisible to the human nose. But to fleas and ticks, it is absolutely unbearable. Research published in Veterinary Parasitology showed that dogs supplemented with brewer's yeast had significantly fewer flea infestations than dogs receiving absolutely no supplementation. Significantly fewer. Just sprinkle it directly onto their wet or dry food every single day. That is all it takes. No messy mixing, no complicated liquid doses, just sprinkle and serve. But here is what most owners do not realize. Brewer's yeast repels fleas from landing. But what about the ones that are already on your dog? The next ingredient doesn't just repel them, it destroys them on contact. Number 3, coconut oil. Every single one. Coconut oil. You probably cook with coconut oil or use it for your own skin. But is it going into your dog's bowl? If not, it absolutely should be starting today. Coconut oil contains a highly potent compound called lauric acid. And lauric acid isn't just a simple repellent, it is a biological killer. It doesn't just scare fleas away, it actively destroys their exoskeleton on contact. A fascinating study published in the Journal of the American Mosquito Control Association found that lauric acid was an incredible 98% effective at repelling and eliminating ticks on contact. 98%. That is not a small negligible number. That is near total elimination. Add just half a teaspoon to your dog's food every single day. It miraculously improves their coat, heavily boosts their immune system, and turns their skin into a strict no-entry zone for every flea and tick in the immediate area. Coconut oil brilliantly kills the adult fleas already there. But here is the major problem. Dead fleas leave eggs behind. Hundreds of them. And the next ingredient is the only one on this list that attacks those eggs before they ever have the chance to hatch. Number 4, lemon juice. Here is something about parasites that will genuinely surprise you. Fleas have one major glaring biological weakness: citrus. They absolutely cannot stand it. The active compound limonene, found naturally in fresh lemons, is highly toxic to fleas at the neurological level. When they come into contact with it, it shuts down their nervous system completely. They literally cannot function, and they die. And what about their microscopic eggs? Limonene actively dissolves the protective outer coating on flea eggs. They never hatch. The vicious reproductive cycle breaks completely. Research from the University of Florida's Department of Entomology confirmed that limonene-based treatments successfully eliminated over 90% of flea populations, including the highly resilient larvae and eggs on treated animals. Over 90%. Add just a few drops of fresh, pure lemon juice directly to your dog's food or water bowl daily. It absorbs deeply into their system, subtly changes the natural scent of their skin, and destroys every single egg before it becomes a full-blown problem. But lemon juice works fast and furiously. The next ingredient works quite differently. It builds a permanent, invisible shield around your dog's entire body, one that gets stronger every single week. Number 5, chamomile tea. You likely drink chamomile tea to relax before bed. But for your dog, it can be used to build a biological shield that fleas simply cannot cross. Here is the fascinating science behind it. Chamomile contains two incredibly powerful natural compounds, apigenin and bisabolol. Both of these are highly effective natural insect deterrents. And when your dog safely ingests them, they travel rapidly through the bloodstream. They reach the skin surface and they slowly create an invisible chemical barrier that grows stronger and more resilient with every single dose. Fleas approach their antennae, detect it, and they immediately turn around. A 2019 study published in Phytotherapy Research confirmed chamomile's effectiveness as a natural insect deterrent with absolutely zero toxicity to mammals. 0. Brew a very weak cup of chamomile tea. Let it cool completely. Add just 1 tablespoon to your dog's food 3 times a week. Chamomile beautifully builds the shield, but external shields can sometimes be broken. The next ingredient makes sure they never are. It enters the bloodstream and makes your dog's blood itself highly toxic to every parasite that tries to feed. Number 6, turmeric. You already know that turmeric is incredibly healthy. It is anti-inflammatory, immune-boosting, and joint-protecting. But here is what you definitely did not know. Turmeric actively makes your dog's blood toxic to feeding parasites. The active compound curcumin enters the bloodstream immediately after digestion. It fundamentally changes the chemical composition and taste of your dog's blood. Fleas bite exactly once. The blood is completely hostile. They cannot feed properly and they die trying. Research published in Parasitology International confirmed that curcumin significantly reduced tick attachment rates in treated animals because the ticks detected the altered blood chemistry and disengaged immediately. Significantly reduced. Just a small pinch of high-quality turmeric powder mixed into your dog's food daily is all you need. For maximum absorption, always mix it with the coconut oil from 0.3. Those two combined mean their coat gets shinier, internal inflammation drops, and fleas find your dog completely unfeedable. But turmeric primarily works on adult fleas that are actively feeding. The next ingredient works on something most desperate owners completely ignore: the larvae buried deep in your dog's fur. Number 7, pumpkin seeds. The ones you cannot even see. The pumpkin seeds. This one shocks people every single time. Pumpkin seeds. You probably eat them as a healthy afternoon snack. But for your dog, they are a lethal weapon against hidden larvae. Raw pumpkin seeds contain a potent compound called cucurbitacin, a natural amino acid that actively paralyzes parasites at the neurological level. And we are not just talking about adult fleas. This targets the larvae hiding deep down in the undercoat. It even targets internal worms, too. All of it paralyzed, dead. A study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology confirmed pumpkin seeds as a highly effective natural antiparasitic used successfully in traditional veterinary medicine for decades. Grind raw organic unsalted pumpkin seeds into a fine powder. Add 1 teaspoon per 10 pounds of your dog's body weight. Mix it thoroughly into their food 3 times a week. Larvae are gone. Worms are gone. Adult fleas weaken completely. But pumpkin seeds paralyze the parasites already present. The next ingredient does something entirely different. It makes your dog's entire body so hostile to fleas that new ones refuse to even approach. Number 8. Fresh rosemary. Most owners have a jar of dried rosemary sitting in their kitchen spice rack right now, and they have absolutely no idea what it can actually do. Rosemary contains 2 incredibly powerful botanical compounds, rosmarinic acid and camphor. Both of these are elite natural insect repellents. And when your dog ingests a safe amount of rosemary, these compounds rapidly enter the bloodstream. They reach the skin surface, and they create a scent barrier so overwhelmingly strong to insects that fleas detect it from a distance and choose a different dog entirely. A study published in Industrial Crops and Products confirmed rosemary extract as a highly effective natural repellent comparable in performance to several harsh synthetic chemical treatments. Comparable. A simple kitchen herb performing just like a toxic chemical treatment. Add a small pinch of dried rosemary powder to your dog's food 3 times a week. Their coat visibly improves, heavy shedding reduces, and fleas stay far, far away. Rosemary beautifully keeps new fleas from approaching. But what about ticks specifically? The next ingredient targets ticks at a completely different biological level. It disrupts their hormonal system so completely they cannot reproduce at all. Number 9. Neem powder. This is the absolute powerhouse that most conventional vets will never mention to you. Neem. It has been used in natural holistic medicine for over 4,000 years. And for ticks specifically, it doesn't just kill the individual, it completely collapses their entire population. Neem contains a highly complex compound called azadirachtin. Azadirachtin violently disrupts the delicate hormonal system of insects and parasites completely. Ticks that are exposed to it cannot reproduce. They cannot feed properly and they absolutely cannot survive. Their local population doesn't just slightly reduce, it utterly collapses. A landmark study published in Phytomedicine confirmed neem's incredible effectiveness against over 200 different species of insects and parasites, including every single tick species that aggressively targets dogs. 200 species. Add a tiny pinch of food-grade organic neem powder to your dog's food twice a week. Combine it with. They absolutely cannot survive. Their local population doesn't just slightly reduce, it utterly collapses. A landmark study published in Phytomedicine confirmed neem's incredible effectiveness against over 200 different species of insects and parasites, including every single tick species that aggressively targets dogs. 200 species. Add a tiny pinch of food-grade organic neem powder to your dog's food twice a week. Combine it with the turmeric and coconut oil from earlier. Ticks are gone, fleas are gone, and their entire reproductive population collapses completely. But neem primarily works on parasites already lurking in the environment. The next ingredient works from a completely different angle. It strengthens your dog's own body so powerfully that their immune system starts fighting parasites automatically. Number 10. Black seed oil. This remarkable oil has been called nature's most powerful natural remedy, and for very good reason. Black seed oil derived from Nigella sativa has been revered for over 3,000 years. But here is what makes it so incredibly special for your dog. It contains thymoquinone. Thymoquinone aggressively supercharges your dog's immune system right at the cellular level. A supercharged, highly active immune system produces specific defensive proteins. These are proteins that make your dog's blood completely hostile to invading parasites. Fleas bite the blood is entirely wrong. They cannot digest it. They leave and they never come back. A comprehensive study published in Parasitology research confirmed black seed oil is significantly effective against external parasites with absolutely zero harmful side effects on the host animal. 0. Add 3 to 4 drops of high-quality cold-pressed black seed oil to your dog's food daily. Within mere days, the frantic scratching stops. The coat improves and flea activity drops dramatically. Black seed oil supercharges internal immunity. But the next ingredient works directly on your dog's skin, rebuilding it so completely that fleas cannot physically penetrate it anymore. Number 11. Morina powder. Morina is commonly called the miracle tree. Once you fully understand what it does, you will understand exactly why. Morina contains over 90 essential nutrients and 46 powerful antioxidants. But here is what it specifically does for elite flea protection. It completely rebuilds your dog's skin barrier from the cellular level up. Here is something most dog owners simply do not know. Fleas actively target dogs with compromised, weak skin barriers. Thin skin, dry, flaky skin, inflamed skin, that is exactly where they can dig in the easiest. Morina rebuilds the dermal barrier completely. It creates stronger skin, a much denser coat, and a thick biological shield that fragile fleas cannot easily penetrate. A study published in the Asian Pacific Journal of Tropical Biomedicine confirmed moringa's powerful regenerative effect on skin tissue and its direct undeniable antiparasitic properties. Direct antiparasitic properties. Add half a teaspoon of pure organic Morina powder to your dog's food daily. Combine it with the neem from 0.9 and the black seed oil from 0.10. The skin is rebuilt, immunity is supercharged, and parasites have absolutely nowhere to go. But the next ingredient works on something completely different. It targets your dog's gut. And what happens in the gut determines absolutely everything that happens on the skin. Number 12. Bone broth with herbs. This one surprises absolutely everyone. Not because it is complicated, but because it is so beautifully, elegantly simple. Bone broth, plain unsalted deeply simmered homemade bone broth mixed with specific herbs. Here is what happens inside your dog's complex body when they drink it regularly. Their entire gut microbiome transforms completely. And a robust, highly functioning, healthy gut microbiome produces natural defensive compounds. These are compounds that actively seep out through. Thanks for watching and like and subscribe, share please.